Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Gears of War 4 Inconceivable difficulty video walkthrough. This is Act 3, 6, Origins. So, this is a really interesting fight, this is a tricky fight. It's not the best cover, a very dynamic battlefield, lots of long-range sight lines, and lots of accurate enemies that are aggressive and damaging. Your team is your best friend here for being distractions, and I like moving across this right-hand side of the arena. This is the lucky part for me, but you'll notice I'm the only man standing now, and this is when the game can get scary. Because when the locusts decide to rush, look at that grenade by the way. Whew, very close. I have no idea where that grenade went, but the explosion looked quite close, and I'm still alive, so I'm very grateful, considering I was in complete cover then, and a Nasher shot just damaged me. Explain that, right? You have no idea how accurate the enemies are until you play this. Well, you do if you've played Horde, because in Horde you can have this difficulty with 2.5 times accuracy, which makes them even more insane. They can have their back to you, and they can hip fire and hit you from like 50 yards. But just pepper them, mark them, take your time. None of this is that ridiculous, it's just quite great in scope. The next part is where things get really interesting. So, when you approach the yellow mining cart at the end of here, where the quartz is, the crystallized locust fun juice, it's going to destroy itself in a cutscene introducing a scion mulcher. What you're going to do from there is, you can chuck 2 grenades and then blind fire him and kill him, but if you get a bad pattern and he shoots at you first, you'll die every time. You have to be reliant on AI that's not predictable. So instead, I'm gonna throw 3 grenades. 3 grenades, and then blind fire with my gun, and it will kill him. And once you've done that, you want to move out into the open, get your active, and then kill the wretches. You're gonna get 2 spawns of wretches. The first is 3. There's the first 3. Then it's a second spawn of 3. And then after this, throw a grenade. Now is when the drones come. Get into cover and shoot the drones. There's going to be, I think, 2 to 4 drones, and then you're going to get a scion drop shotter. If done correctly, you can kill every enemy as they spawn. They will not shoot at you because they're too busy roadie running, and all you've got to kill now is the scion, and you've done that entire fight in the space of like 20 seconds. And if you're really quick, or if you can grab the mulcher, but I died a few times trying to do that, you can use the mulcher to shoot him while he buffs, and there's nothing he can do. During that animation where he shouts, you can shotgun him in the face. The only problem is, he takes like 7 shotgun blasts, and by the end of it, if he recovers, he'll instantly kill you. Because if he doesn't punch you, he's a fucking wizard with that drop shot. I've never seen anything like it. The stuff they can do with that gun is preposterous. And then your friends get it, and they all turn into brainless mongoloids. But this fight here is a pouncer with a bunch of spawning juvies from a hole in the far right. I only have incendiaries, so I can't do the grenade tag as I would like. This would have been a great opportunity for me to show you the chainsaw strategy, but I got so fixated on the grenades when I was recording this I didn't do it. But right now, when you get him off you, if you chainsaw him, you'll kill him. Instant kill. It's really, really good. But instead I grenade tag him with an incendiary and he turns into a human candle, or a... you know what I mean, a swarm candle. Swandle? I'm not sure. But this is not a difficult room, as long as you use distance and you're comfortable with the enemies. And some of the shit you've done up to this point, you're not going to struggle with this. And then there's this sequence moving forward. There's a torque bow tucked away next to some Boltox if you need to grab it. I'm going to show you where it is, because once I've used it, I'm going to get my gun back. But the fight is quite simple. It's a couple snipers on the balcony and a couple of drones. And there's also the opportunity for the pods to spawn juvies, probably. But one of the problems with the torque bow is that once you start cranking it, you have to release it. You can't save it. Watch this, by the way. Strafing into cover headshot on a sniper. Gotta love it, right? And then there's another one just there, which if I'd have been able to see what he was, if this game looked prettier, I might have been able to shoot him in the face too. But did you see what he did then? The AI in this game have a programmed role, and they're really good at it. And I've noticed it in the multiplayer too. If you verse the casual bots, the moment you fire a boom shot, if they're aware of you, they'll read the input and they'll dive. It's hilarious. You'll get people who aren't even engaging you, who will dive at the exact same moment their friends do, because they're all programmed to have this weird like counter to the boom shot. It's very strange. There's a nice testicular slaughter but I don't think I hit him, did I? Oh, I did! Nice! And then here comes a Scion with a buzzsaw thing, a buzzkill. And he has 2 buddies with him. I wonder how you're supposed to drop those bollocks on people. Like, judging the distance sometimes is really difficult to do. Some of them are easy because they're set up in where the cover is, so they land bang where people sit in cover, and they're cool. But can you imagine if you could drop balls on this guy? I'd love to drop balls on him. He deserves that. He's a dick. There's a couple of jubies spawning, by the way. A couple of drones with the hammer bursts. There goes the drone. Finish him off. There's Kate doing some crazy wall bouncing with a shotgun. Not effective, not interesting. I don't know what she's doing. She just keeps transferring cover. Always good to see. It'd be cool if this had a cinematic ghost camera mode that you could go into and watch back your gameplays. Not only would I be able to do some awesome cinematic things with it and make these videos amazing, but I'd be able to watch the AI and see what they're doing. I would love to watch the AI play this game, just to see how drunk they are, because they're pretty drunk. But there is... Am I not going to swap my Lancer out? Come on now, Chris. I thought I did. That would be disappointing if I don't go and pick it back up, but I don't think I'm gonna. Shit, sorry about that, guys. That was not the best on my behalf. But it's back in the room before the transition to the fight. You'll be able to find it, you smart players. Oh, and additionally, when you're in this vehicle, you cannot be killed. I'm not sure how that works, because I'm almost certain in Gears 3 they could kill you in this. Because if they shot you when you weren't armoured, so for instance if they shot you from the side or from the back, they just murdered you instantly. But in this game, complete immunity, which is really nice. Saren would be proud. But keep on pushing forward in this very strange loader robot that doesn't look all that optimised for anything. And then run into the quartz and put this guy down. So, the Snatcher fight. Did you hear that noise just then, that death rattle? That death rattle symbolises that this creature is going to fire a projectile at you that will kill you instantly, regardless of what you do. The only way to dodge it is to put something physical between you and it. Very well telegraphed. Do not even begin to tempt its aimbot. This creature will hit you like nothing you've ever felt. I've never seen aimbot like this dude. He's amazing. He can not be facing you and still fire backwards and kill you. It's happened, guys. I've fought a lot of these creatures. The glowing underbelly is the weak point on the Snatcher, but you can shoot it anywhere to do damage. Something I've discovered which is really cool, when he downs somebody and he goes to pick them up and he does his little like Rotsuki Doji hug to put them in his belly, while he's doing that he's vulnerable. So if he's picking up one of your teammates, you can grenade tag him. So go up to him, tag him, and you can get away with the grenade tag intact and then continue the fight. And grenade tagging does some of the most damage in the game. So I definitely recommend it, but the problem is, if he doesn't have anybody inside him and you go near him, he'll do a ground slam that has one of the most generous AoEs in the game and it'll kill you. But I've been able to grenade tag this creature twice in rapid succession and it did a lot of damage, but unfortunately I died in that run. Because all you need to do here is put the pillars between you and it, and then as soon as it starts showing an interest in you, which it will, because when you're aggressive against Snatchers they become aggressive against you, you want to practice your mobility with roadie running. That is the death rattle, always going to cover. And another thing to know too, that when he does down your friends, it's not the end of the world. Because when the Snatcher grabs them, it can only breathe fire and move backwards. It loses its ability to do a lot of its moves. Like, I think it can do its melee attack, but it almost certainly will refuse to do it outside of very rare circumstances. This is a creature that obeys very strict rules, and because of it is easy to exploit in a lot of ways. I quite like them. I didn't like them to begin with, but I've killed so many now that I don't really mind them as much. I feel like that fight was definitely easier on Inconceivable as well, so the lower HP was definitely felt just then. And if you've got a torque bow to shoot it with, the torque bow does some nice damage as well. But that's the end of the video, guys. I hope that helped. That's the end of Act 3. It's easily the most difficult act in the game. There's only Storm Warning that's going to touch even close to that, and if you do Storm Warning correctly, you won't have that much trouble with Swarm Act, but I'm unfortunately going to fuck myself again. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.